Good morning, children. Welcome to your English class. Children, you know that simple present tense is used to talk about things in general that happen all the time, usually, regularly, generally, often, seldom, always, never, etc. It is also used to express permanent truths, scientific facts, and many proverbs. So, we are going to read the uses of simple present tense. Children, regular habits or daily routines we tell in simple present tense. It means we use the simple present tense to express the idea that an action is repeated or usual. The action can be a habit, a hobby, a daily event, or something that often happens. For example, I play soccer. It means whenever I get time, I play it. It is my regular habit. The school opens every morning at 7 a.m. It means it is the daily routine. He always forgets her bag. It means it is her habit. He always forgets her bag. Every 12 months, the earth circles the sun. It means it is the usual routine. Every 12 months, it means in a year, the earth circles the sun. It means the earth goes around the sun. It completes one revolution. Okay, children. Second use, facts or generalization. It means the simple present can also indicate the speaker believes that a fact was true before, is true now, and will be true in the future. It means it is a universal truth. It is not important if the speaker is correct about the fact. It is also used to make generalization about people or things. For example, cats like milk. We always say cats like milk. It is universal truth. Caracas is the capital of Venezuela. It is a place which is the capital of Venezuela. It is the truth. Windows are not made of wood. Windows are not made of wood. A general statement that it is not made of wood. So, we have used here the simple present tense. For the scheduled events in the near future, speakers occasionally use simple present to talk about scheduled events in the near future. This is most commonly done when talking about public transportation, but it can be used with other scheduled events as well. For example, the bus leaves tonight at 6 p.m. Leaves, बस जाती है, और बस जाएगी. Leaves tonight. We are talking about tonight, near future. When do we board the plane? When do we board the plane? Asking about near future. The party starts at 8 o'clock. When does party start? It starts at 8 o'clock. It is the information. So, we have used present, simple present tense here. The next use, the simple present is used with adverbs like always. I always come to school by car. Often, I don't come here very often. Usually, he usually eats breakfast at 7 a.m. Sometimes I go to party. Rarely, she rarely cooks. Never, he is never late for class. Every day, they sleep early every day. Now, grammar rules. To form the simple present, we add s to the infinitive of the verb in the third person singular number. For example, if I say I, then we have to use live. I live. But if I say he, she, it, then I have to use lives. Why? Because he, she, it are the third person singular number subject. In the same way, if I say I, then sing. I sing. But if I say he, she, it or one name, then we have to put s with the verb. He, she, it sings. But when the verb ends in O, S, SH, CH or X, we have to add ES. I go, he, she, it goes. The spelling of goes GOES because go ends with O. I kiss, S is here. He, she, it kisses, ES. I watch, CH is there. He, she, it watches, we have to put ES. I wash, WASH, SH is there. So, he, she, it washes. I fix, he, she, it fixes. ES, we have to put ES because these words ends in O, S, SH, CH, X. Okay. Now, second rule, a consonant followed by Y. The Y changes into IE and we have to add S like study. I study. He, she studies because Y is followed by D and D is a consonant. So, DIES, studies. A vowel followed by Y, we just add S like play. Y is followed by A. A is a vowel. So, he, she plays, PLAYS. Now, grammar rules. To form the negative and the interrogative sentences, we need the auxiliary verb do in the present simple. This means we have to add ES in the third person singular number, he, she, it, while the main verb will be used in the infinitive. For example, do I like? Do you like? Do they like? Negative sentence, I don't like. You don't like. They don't like. Now the uses of does. Does she like? Like. Es we have to put in the do. Does she like? Does it like? Now negative sentences. She doesn't like. He doesn't like. It doesn't like. I think you could understand properly. Yes, children, grammar structure, when we form affirmative sentences, positive sentences, we have to put subject, the doer one, then verb. In verb, we have to add s or es in the verb. Why? Because the subject is third person singular number, then only he, she, it, or one name or one relative, then only we have to put s or es with the verb first form, then complement. In negative sentences, we have to use subject and after that do or does, then not plus verb and complement. With interrogative sentences, we have to use auxiliary verb, then subject, then verb, then complement, and there will be question mark. Now children, grammar structure you can see affirmative sentences. I live, you live, he lives, she lives, it lives, we live, you live, they live. Now negative sentence, I don't live, you don't live, he doesn't live, she doesn't live, it doesn't live, we don't live, you don't live, they don't live. Interrogative sentence, do I live, do you live, does he live, does she live, does it live, do we live, do you live, do they live? Simple present WH type questions. When the sentence starts with a question word, then do and does, we have to put do and does after that question word. Like, what do you do on Saturday morning? And the answer is, I have breakfast in a restaurant. The second question, what does she do on weekends? Answer, she does exercise. Next question, when do you go to school? Answer, we go to school on weekdays. When does he play? He plays soccer on Wednesday. Children, I think it is clear to you. The concept is clear to you. Thank you.